Welcome, chatters, to the test run of how International Marketing Monday could look like. This is Jaxter speaking, and this week's topic is the Argentine elections, and more specifically, Milei. This is Milei, also known as El Peluca, or in English, the Wig. He's an economist who has been showing up on TV a lot, but this year he's going for the big prize. He's running for president, and you see, he's a libertarian, an absolute alien in Argentinian politics. Every politician but him wants to make the state bigger. He also hates how the country is being run, but that's not particularly special. Everyone does that. But what are his actual policies, though? Before we get into that, let's talk a bit about Argentina as a whole. Argentina used to be a major world power years ago, but it has fallen on hard times in recent years, facing issues of poverty and inflation. We have the third highest rate of inflation in the world, only exceeded by Venezuela and Zimbabwe. But why is that? Two reasons. First, we had a huge financial crisis in 2001, brought about by attempting to peg the peso to the dollar, changing the exchange to 1 peso per $1. When this inevitably went belly up, so did the economy of the entire country, as literally nobody had any faith in the currency, meaning its value plummeted. Even our president gave up and escaped on a helicopter. A helicopter! The second reason is this guy's fault, ex-President Macri. He took a loan for tens of billions of dollars with a financial institute called the IMF, or International Monetary Fund, with absolutely no way to repay it. This, as one might expect, didn't do any wonders for the economy, and attempts to print more money to pay it off are getting us to where we are today. This began a cycle of debt and failure to pay that resulted in the recent third default since 2001 during the COVID pandemic. And with all that out of the way, we can get back to the chainsaw guy.
Hola, soy el general AMSAP. Vengo de Liberland, una tierra creada por el principio de apropiación originaria del hombre. Una tierra de 7 kilómetros cuadrados entre Croacia y Serbia. Un país donde no se pagan impuestos. Un país donde se defienden las libertades individuales. Donde se cree en el individuo, ¿sí? Y no hay lugar para colectivistas hijos de puta que no quieren cagar la vida. Así que mi misión es cagar a patadas en el culo a keynesianos y colectivistas hijos de puta que no quieren cagar la vida. Vamos por una sociedad libre, vamos por el orden espontáneo, vamos por los valores de la libertad. ¡Viva la libertad, carajo! ¡Viva la libertad!
What are you saying? Captain and Cap and Milei aren't the same person. Of course they just look similar. Look, totally different. Wait, what is that chainsaw? Is he crazy? Or is it a Chainsaw Man reference? Both. That chainsaw is the mascot of his election platform, the Chainsaw Plan. With his chainsaw, he wants to cut the vast majority of government spending and regulation, the classic MO of a libertarian. He will remove most government offices, constructions, and social plans, including eliminating universal healthcare and education. That's all well and good, but what about the economy? It's about economy, stupid. Well, Milei has a genius plan. He's going to dollarize a second time. This time, actually converting all peso to dollar and making the US dollar the Argentine dollar as well. But like in the past, our government finances can't support this at all, and economists say that it will ruin our already struggling economy. What does he say to that? It has to be smart. And indeed it is. It's simple. You see, he's just built differently. He's smart enough to take this, and not dumb like the other economists. And for his final plan, he wants to destroy the central bank forever. Maybe he's right in this. Maybe this does solve inflation. No more printing money. But it will mean we have no currency at all. We are just effectively using US dollars. Any financial issues we have, we just have to ask the US really nicely to help us. What do you say, Atrioc and chatters? Should we trust you, Americans? However, Milei is new in politics. His party was founded in 2021, and he's competing against parties that had almost centuries of political activity. He will have a hard time achieving his goals if he doesn't adapt, as he'll need to form coalitions to pass his laws. However, he could still force things through with an executive order. But where are we talking about Milei? It's easy. Somehow he's winning. He was the top ranked candidate in our preliminary elections, and general election polling shows him as a clear favorite. All Argentinian political discourse right now revolves mainly around him. The elections are in the 22nd, and while we don't know for sure, it's his election to lose. With this unique platform, why is he popular? It's easy, again. He has a hate fetish against what he calls the caste, a term to refer to the political elite who get all the money in their pockets and never do a thing for the country. A bit like Trump's swamp. To be fair, he's right about that. Politicians are garbage, so he has accumulated a huge fanbase, taking most of them from the current government voters, who tend to follow the most charismatic guy. On Milei's personal views, it's a lot to unpack. First of all, he hates socialism. A lot. He thinks it's a mental illness, a little scary of an opinion to have when we are not even 50 years out from a brutal military junta that massacred leftist dissenters by the tens of thousands. He also thinks that global warming is a neo-Marxist invention. Oh, and he seems to be floating the idea of legalizing arms and organ trade in the country, all in the favor of the market. He also has 5 clone dogs with names of libertarian economists. Don't ask how that works. Now you know Milei, or likely next president. There's a lot we couldn't talk about here. We had to cut a plenty of stuff for time's sake. This has been a test of how our section in Marketing Monday could look like. Let us know if you have any feedback. And of course, send us some moo